Hello, everybody. It's me again. In case my face didn't make it obvious. And last stream, or last vlog, I should say, I said I was gonna upload these videos between 7 o'clock and 7:10, and as of recording this right now, it's currently 7:08. So, yeah, I'm on time. This vlog is probably not gonna take quite as long. Maybe. I mean, I did ramble a lot with my last vlog, so maybe it probably won't take quite as long. Maybe around 10-15 minutes. So yeah. First of all, how are you guys doing? I know this channel is about me and how I feel, but I generally care a lot about other people, and I usually feel bad whenever people aren't feeling so great. So I just like to check in on you guys, see how all of you are doing. If are all of you having a good day, or are some of you having a bad day? Because I get it. Sometimes I have one of those days, and they're not fun to deal with. Especially because I have autism. I should have said that in my last stream, but or my last vlog. Why am I calling it a stream? I guess because my first vlog was kind of a live stream, quote unquote. So I'm guessing I'm just so used to calling it a live stream now for some reason. But yeah, I failed to mention my autism in my last vlog, but turns out I have autism, and my brother Josh, he also has autism. I have high functioning, he has low functioning, so he can't talk, has to use the talker to communicate, which is sad. So yeah, got that out of the way. I'm autistic, so yeah, autism, it's not always a lot of fun to deal with. In fact, I think some of my brain is still trying to process the fact that I even have autism, which I guess makes it only hurt worse. But I've mostly grown used to it. I hate myself for it a lot, but I can't really control how I am. It's just how I was born. And scientists have been trying to find out the secrets behind autism for like 50 or 60 years, and they still can't figure it out. Even after 50 or 60 years of studying one mental problem, they still can't for the life of themselves to figure it out, which is just stupid. But I guess that means that autism must be kind of a mystery. Oh, and I guess I should show you the rest of the layout of my room. Here it is. You guys can hear me, right? You know, I'm not too quiet back here. Well, I hope I'm not, but like I said, it's kind of hard to record this because I'm on my laptop, so you can imagine how hard moving around a laptop can be. Probably should have recorded on my phone, but I wanted the screen to be nice and big so you could see a lot of stuff. So yeah, here's my room. So you can see there's a dragon over there, and some wolf posters. Probably already told you how big of a wolf enthusiast I am in my last vlog, so not too shocking. Oh, and there's Bagel's cage. I don't know if you guys can see him. He's hiding back there, but that's his cage. And there's my closet with all my shirts, and there's the door, the front door to my bedroom. Let's see if I can out. Side. So yeah, some more wolf decorations over there, and my bookshelf with all my books, and my laundry basket, and my TV. Move it up a little more so you can see it. My TV, and that shelf over there, mostly just some random junk. So a few more wolf stuff over there, obviously. Some random crystals, some knickknacks that I store over there, and yeah, that's my room. Not a very big bedroom, but big enough for me, I guess. I don't know if y'all can see everything, considering, like I said, it's hard to move around laptops. So yeah. So that's my room. Oh, and also about the crystals, I also really love collecting rocks. I don't know why, not just rocks, but basically any shiny crystals that I could find. I don't know why, I just find them interesting. I mean, when you're autistic, you get kind of absorbed with something. Like, you have a bigger passion in your heart about a certain thing you love over other normal people. So apparently I love wolves more stronger than some people. I may love crystals stronger than most people. So that's a thing. So yeah, now I introduced you guys to my room, and now that you found out I have autism, guess I might as well tell you what happened today. Not a lot to talk about. I mean, I had school. In case you guys forgot my last vlog, I go to Dwight Township High School, or DTHS. I'm a sophomore, aka 10th grade, about to become a junior in about a month or two, so that's great. In fact, I think my birthday is just next month. April 21st is when my birthday is, and I was born in the year 2008. So I'm gonna become 17 next month, so that's exciting. Easter's next month too, so that's something to look forward to. Spring break is also coming up, which I'm really excited for. But I have a science test coming up, so I'm a little nervous about that, but it should be fine. I mean, I studied a lot. I generally like to study the day right before the test, because in my mind, I'm generally kind of forgetful when it comes to studying and work and stuff. Well, may not work. I mean, I do remember to get it done, but with studying and stuff, I'm generally pretty forgetful. So what I had to do is that the sooner or the earlier days before the test I study, the more likely I'm going to remember all that information before the test. So the sooner how do I phrase this without sounding like I'm speaking gibberish? Yeah, I don't know. I like to study right before the test. That's pretty much all I can phrase it. Also, I apologize for that very loud humming in the background. That's just my fan. I don't know why, but lately my fan's been really, really loud. Like, every time I turn it on, it always makes that really loud humming noise. But I'm sure you guys can hear me just fine, but the fan's, I don't know, it's a little loud. I think we're getting a new fan soon, and might be a good idea considering how freaking loud it is. Oi! Keep it down up there, will ya? I'm trying to record a stupid vlog here. Oh, swear to God. Yeah. You know, I feel really bad for people that have to live in apartments because they have to live with so many other people. Hence, they have to deal with very noisy individuals. But, I wonder if they're as loud as that fan, or if that fan's louder than them. really fascinating if my fan has the world record for the loudest fan in the world, even louder than any neighbor in an apartment. But yeah, I'm a little nervous about living in an apartment when I get older, but I know that I have no other choice because, you know, an apartment's more the cheaper option until I can actually afford a house. So until I can afford a house, I'll have to live in an apartment when I get older. You know, and speaking of moving out, I know normal adults move out when they're 18, but due to my autism and kind of trouble with processing information, I'll have to wait till I'm 20 to properly process stuff. So, yeah, that's a thing. Also, in case you didn't notice, I took a shower earlier. That's why my hair looks a little wet. My mom, whenever she brushes my hair afterwards, she placed it in this braid to prevent it from getting too naughty when I'm sleeping, which is a pretty clever strategy, considering every time I wear a braid, when I wake up the next morning and she brushes my hair, it's just takes a few quick strokes and she's done, because braid doesn't make my hair too naughty. So that's been an effective strategy for about 2 or 3 years. So yeah, not much other than the test and studying and some work. Not much happened today. I mean, I wish I had more stuff to talk about today, or what happened today. But generally, school is kind of boring. I mean, not much is happening at school, at least not in the moment, other than some tests and stuff. So that's great. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in case none of you realized this before, I'm not actually streaming this time, because I figured something out insane today. So, I noticed, I used the camera app to take a picture just to set up the thumbnail for my last video, right? So, I had a theory. Since the camera app can take pictures, it can take videos too. And I tested it. I recorded a 5-second video as a test run. I didn't upload it, obviously, because a video that's only 5 seconds long isn't really eye-catching. So yeah, yeah. And so I did the test run. I checked my files because when you have your channel in the video section, if you have no videos yet, there'll be this big giant sign. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like something along the lines of, oh, you don't have any videos yet, you should probably do some videos. And then there's an upload videos button under it, and if you click on it, it'll open up your files tab, just in case you recorded some videos that you want to upload. And so I went to after I recorded the test run video, I opened it up, and guess what? My test run video was right there in my files. So that means that yes, you can record videos from your camera app and still upload to YouTube, just as long as they're saved to your files. Just as long as you have a files app in general, which thank the freaking Lord that I had a files app. And I didn't think it useful until now, but now that I realized that I can record videos here and still upload them to my channel, it gave me so much relief. Because in case y'all didn't remember from the last vlog, it took forever for it to load, and when it finally did load, you know, and this is so much quicker because it doesn't have any loading issues, and yeah, you could just go straight to the camera app and start recording, and after you're done recording, boom, you can upload it to your channel. So that's good. This is a more effective method, but now that I realized that I could just do this now, I was kind of embarrassed because, well, what was the point of me in actually doing a stream at all if I could just do it here? But then I realized that some vloggers vlog like special moments. You know what I'm saying? Like fan mail and going on vacation and stuff. So I figured maybe I do streams in case special stuff happens. And I guess now I think about it, that first vlog was kind of a special event for me because it was the first ever video I did on my channel. So I guess I already did a special stream there. I just wish I gave it a better title instead of a date, because I might start applying dates to these videos. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, you know. So yeah, now that this is way quicker. I'm so freaking happy that I found a quicker and easier method to record these type of videos without waiting like 10-15 minutes for it to load. So that's good. But I also ran into another problem. Comments. You see, YouTubers have the option to turn on or off the comments, just in case they don't want to they don't want to hear any mean comments, so they sometimes turn them off. So I looked at my previous video and I noticed the comments are turned off, and I'm like, oh, maybe I forgot to turn them on. So I went to the settings, and guess what? Comments are turned on. They were literally turned on, and yet the comments for that specific video were turned off. And I'm like, what? But that makes no freaking sense. Like, why does the settings say that the comments are turned on if the comments for that video were turned off? Like, that made no sense. So yeah, I'm you know, at least I no longer have to deal with loading issues, but now I have a bigger problem to deal with, and that's the freaking comments. Because I know this channel is personal to me, but I still kind of want to make it public, because I figured, you know, I can reach new sources of comfort with people from all over YouTube that might be going through the same stuff as me. So that's going to be a big problem. Maybe comments will be turned on now that I'm recording this video. And maybe that's just a part of, you know, streaming. You can only have live comments only, which is stupid. But considering I think a few other live videos who are not live anymore still have non-live comments in them. So that's going to be a tassel. In case the other problem, the freaking loading problem, wasn't a tassel enough, now we have another tassel to deal with, and that's the stupid comments. But yeah, I'll have to see if the comments are turned on for this video, and if they aren't, well, we might have a really big problem. So yeah, I'll have to tackle that issue. But before I do, there is another thing about me that might be necessary for all of you to know. And I might or I might not get hate comments for this, but well, let's just say I know I look like I'm fairly happy for my age, but I'm not. As a matter of fact, I really feel legit happiness these days. You know, I'm usually depressed, almost emotionless most of the time. I mean, I'd feel happiness for a moment, like for my birthday and, you know, Christmas and other really cool events that happen to me. But then as soon as those events end, I just feel numb all over again. And that's probably normal for teenagers my age, considering all the messed up stuff that goes on in their heads. But you know, I don't like feeling this way, you know? I don't like being depressed and numb. I want to be a happy girl. I really do. Everyone wants happiness. Because if you don't got happiness, all you got is hate. And what can you do with hate? Nothing. You can do absolutely nothing with hate at all. In fact, I've even been facing thoughts of, well, unaliving myself. And that too might be normal for teenagers my age, but the thoughts like that are not fun to go through. And those kind of thoughts get triggered by the stupidest of stuff. Like messing up on a worksheet or a test. But my thoughts go crazy when I physically or emotionally hurt somebody. Because, like I said before, I'm generally a really caring person. And I have a lot of empathy in my heart for others. So when I hurt them, to me, it feels even worse than killing somebody. You know? Or at least to me. I don't know if the rest of you feel that way, but I do. My autism sure isn't helping. As a matter of fact, with my autism, those thoughts might be worse. And I have a school counselor. She gives me advice, but no matter how hard I try to be positive, the negative always creeps in and wins every fight. It's like trying to win against a battle with a pack of wolves with nothing but a injured deer. You know what I'm saying? And I figured the rest of you might be feeling that way too, autistic or not. And I get it. Thoughts of unaliving yourself and mentally hurting yourself with hurtful words, calling yourself stupid and ugly and everyone is better off without you, and those kind of thoughts are never ever fun to deal with. And it makes me sad that so many other people are going through the same thing as me. And I hope to lift up some of your spirits if some of you feel the same way as me. So yeah, I might have depression, I might not. It all depends. But I've developed a really strange but comforting coping mechanism. I roleplay. What I mean by that is that I basically act as some other characters that I mostly just see online or make up in my silly little head. Most of them are online though. Me and my, I actually had a pretty close friend once. Her name is Sophia. And, she's really been through a lot, but I'm not going to go too much into depth here, considering I don't want to expose her or anything for anyone. But, yeah, she's been through a lot of stress, arguably more than me. And, me and her used to roleplay a lot when we first met. She was 9, and I was 10 years old when we first started role-playing, so she's 16 now, so she's the same age as me. She's a sophomore too, but I'm slightly older than her by around, I don't know, a few months, almost a year, I don't know. And she created characters too to roleplay as. We'd roleplay as them getting in our bodies and talking to each other. And we make up stories about each of those characters. For the online ones, we made news stories. And what I mean by news stories, that we take the canon story and we add to it. We added elements of our own. We even added new characters to contribute to their stories, and even changed around the aspects a little to make it look a little better and less cringe and weird. And for a while, I took no notice of it. I mean, it's just two little girls fooling around with characters from stories or creepypastas or, stories online, urban legends. I think I even roleplayed as Samara from The Ring. Crazy, right? Yeah. We used to do it in the bus a lot. And then we started doing it at school. And, like I said before, I didn't really develop a strong bond with the characters until recently. Sophia, well, doesn't want to roleplay anymore, which I understand that. She has her own thing. And, I respected that. I was a little mad about it at first, but I grew out of it. I matured. Sophia hates me right now. And it's my own fault. Because I got in trouble for, deliberately skipping a class because I was upset over something Miss G said. Miss G, she's my aide. Her real name is Miss Gettinger, but everyone calls her Miss G for short. She's my aide in school, meaning she often, follows me around some classes, helping me when I, don't understand much. For you, for other people who are autistic out there, you probably know what an aide is. So yeah, I told my aide to shut up and deliberately skipped civics, my first class, because I was so upset. Got 2 lunch detentions for that. I was only a little bit mad, but then I realized that I deserved it. I was a jerk. And, before that, I told Miss G about my role playing, and I asked her if she wanted to meet some of my characters in my body, and she agreed. And, yeah. I would go into more depth about that, but if I did this stream, this vlog would be 40 minutes long, and I'm trying to keep it as short as possible, because since I'm recording this using my camera app, I don't know the recording limit, probably an hour long or 2 hours long or whatever. If I find a more advanced camera app, I might download it. But for now, there's a lot to do. So, back to the story. So, yeah, and then after that, I texted Sophia a lot of awful things. I blamed her for it, considering she was heckling a friend, and Miss G had to intervene, and I got upset, so, because I thought she was accusing me of being mean to Ty when I haven't even said anything. Which she wasn't. If I just listened to her, instead of being so freaking stubborn. I know that happened a while ago, but even now I still feel ashamed of it. Even after almost 2 months later, after the incident. And the next day after I sent her that text, after I came home from school the next day, Sophia replied back. She confronted me, and now she hates me for that text. She hasn't talked to me in over a month. She might never talk to me again, to be honest. Then again, I don't blame her. I was a very bad friend to her. I forced her into role playing, which won. Yeah, I'm just a bad friend. And, Sophia's probably better off without me anyways. It's for the best, for both of us. And, for years, the more I roleplay, the bigger the bond I formed with my characters. I'm not allowed to roleplay at school. I was never allowed to begin with. Miss G didn't seem to know either, and neither did I. But yeah. I know I said I was going to wait for a later stream, but I figured I'd get it out of the way. I'm going to try to shorten my explanation because, like I said, I don't know the recording limit of this camera app. It might be only an hour long for all I know. And so one day I was in English, just working, minding my own business. It was around the end of class. But then Mr. Zarbach, my English teacher, got a call from Miss Thompson telling me to come down to the office. I was confused, but I took my stuff with me, and I went down to the office, which, the English class was upstairs. My school has 2 levels. And, the office was on the main floor, right next to the front door. So I went to the office, and I saw Miss G's stuff right outside. And I thought that maybe she had told somebody something. And I was like, I swear to God if Miss G did something. So I went to the office, and Miss Geheber, one of the office workers, basically Miss G's boss for IEPs and stuff, she said to come with her to a meeting room. And Miss Quinn was there. Miss Quinn's my social worker. Miss Geheber was there. Another teacher, or another office worker that I kind of forgot the name of right now was there. And imagine my shock and utter fear and terror when I saw my mom there. Because, you know, that means I got in trouble for something. And I sat down, and Miss Geheber said whether we needed to have a talk. Of course, I grew even more nervous because I didn't know what was happening. And Miss Geheber said that an email I sent earlier that day was flagged. I sent Miss G this email during choir today, my 2nd hour class, and in that email, I was telling Miss G how sorry I was for being a little moody because I had a civics test that day, or at least I thought I was going to have a civics test that day. It was a Friday, and that day I was supposed to have a civics test, and I was a little moody, and I apologized to her for being so moody. Rambled on for a little bit. And then I said that Eclipse, one of my characters, was coming to my body during PE that day. And then I started laying out these ground rules for her, telling her that she needs to treat my characters with respect. She can't be, just some basic rules for how to, talk to my characters in a way that won't offend them. And Ms. Heber said that was one of the reasons that the email was flagged, because I was telling an adult what to do, which is stupid, considering I was not trying to be bossy. But, yeah, Ms. Heber is apparently stupidly strict about me laying some innocent rules to an adult. Still infuriates me a little bit, but it's how the stupid school works. It's how school works. That's how the world works. Which I guess we're all slaves to adults, us children, and we have no freedom unless we become adults. And another reason the email was flagged is because I mentioned themes that were not appropriate. Because in that email I said that the characters might talk about stuff like, I'm not going to say all of them because then YouTube might flag me, but, child abuse, alcohol and drug use, rape, and, let's just say some other themes, you know. And, apparently that was another reason why the email was flagged. And when Ms. Heber told me that I can't roleplay anymore at school, the sadness I felt that day, and the sheer and utter shock and utter hopelessness I felt that day is unexplained by words. It felt like the ground beneath me just shattered, and my whole world just crumbled apart. And I was devastated. I mean, role-playing with Miss G was the one thing that kept me calm. When school stresses me out, or when I have a big test coming up, or when PE's getting on my nerves, or all the students get on my nerves, or when I just felt in the mood to roleplay in general. I mean, I felt that it wasn't fair. That the school hated me. All because I'm autistic. And the feelings I felt were just awful. I thought I'd lost everything. And I even felt a little angry. And I was so angry. I was practically furious. Because I thought the stupid school was taking away the one thing that I had that made me feel free in that heck hole. All that freedom, all that power I thought I had over my own complicated thoughts that school gives me, whether it be the teachers, the homework, or the students, or a combination of all three. I thought the stupid school was taking all of that away from me. All because of their stupid policies. I started crying. I mean, how else was I supposed to react? I knew the consequences if I blew up. If I'd started swearing at everybody, I would definitely be screwed. So, crying was my only reaction. Or at least, I almost cried. Tears started streaming down my face, but little to no sound came out. It's like I was muted all of a sudden. I had no words. I had no... I had to be excused for the rest of the day. Because I honestly could not focus. Because of how utterly devastated I was. I went out to go get my stuff. And Mr. Chad, another one of the office workers, happened to be in the entrance, seeing me walk out of it utterly crushed. He asked me if what I was wrong. He asked me what was wrong, and I said nothing. I more or less ran past him and went up the stairs, straight up the stairs to my locker. By that moment, the sadness and the tears were getting worse and worse until I could barely hold the bag anymore. The moment I got into my locker, I just started more or less sobbing my eyes out. It wasn't too hard. Thankfully, not a lot of people, the hallway was completely empty, so no one was around to bother me. Well, not everyone accepted Clips. Clips might be one of the sweetest, most kind-hearted characters that I ever met. I remember feeling him tightly hugging me from behind. And even though no one else can see him or hear him other than me, I could practically feel his worry. And afterwards, Mom drove me home. And she said that, to my surprise, we won't tell Dad about the incident because he'd probably beat my butt if he knew. She just told him that I came home sick, which in all honesty I was. I was suffering from a pretty bad cough. I still am. Kind of surprised I'm not coughing on stream or on my vlog, but guess that makes recording a little easier. And the moment I got home, I went to my bedroom, took off my shoes and my coat, laid down on my bed. A few minutes later, I started sobbing. And that was the end of that. So, I can't roleplay with Miss G anymore. I was never allowed to from the beginning. Maybe if I wasn't so stupid and stubborn, I would have realized that, but no, I didn't. I rushed ahead. Didn't think it through, as per usual. Autism does that to you. Pure stubbornness. And ever since then, my bond with the characters has only grown stronger. And I'm really grateful for everything they've done to me. The amount of times they came to comfort me during my hour of need is almost endless. And no one else can hear them or see them or feel them other than me. So, it might sound stupid and might sound like I'm schizophrenic, I know, but, you know, you guys would understand if you went through the same thing as me. If y'all had drawn or found out about characters that you've grown so attached to that you feel like they're actually real and with you whenever you need them. I mean, just think about all the fanfics people have written about characters. Like Eclipse himself, for example. And a few other people who have summed over the character so much they made their own fan stories and fanfics about them. Even if half those fanfics are pretty disgusting. And pretty cringe. Which is why I'm planning to do the same. To honor the connection I have with my characters. I'm not just going to be writing a fanfic. I'm not just going to be writing some online story. I am going to write a whole book series about my characters and their stories and their struggles and how they've achieved great things through all the hardships they faced in their lives. And it's still in development. I call it Dark Side X. And I'm writing my first book, Find and Wander, is what it's called. Dark Side X, Find and Wander. My first book. I made a lot of progress. Well, if I mean a lot, I mean only like 3 chapters. But, I'm making progress, and, with books, as long as you have progress, that's kind of all that matters. And when I thought about making this channel, I thought of an idea. Since I'm not allowed to roleplay at school, and since I'm live streaming or recording these vlogs at home, what if I can have my characters come into my body to meet you guys? You know? Maybe that'll be the prime focus of those live streams I used to do before I figured out I could just do this on my camera app. Maybe the special events will just be my characters coming to meet you guys. And that might sound cringe, considering it involves no animation, no fancy edit. Just a different character coming to my body to tell you their story. And to have fun with you guys. To chat with you guys. You know? And I know that sounds like a cringe idea, but might work. You know? Besides, I'm doing this at home, and it's not like YouTube has any policies against, role-playing. I mean, people do all the time on here, and they'll seem to be getting pretty popular, and YouTube doesn't even turn an eye at it, and YouTube doesn't even bat an eye at it. So, maybe this might work. So yeah, that's, pretty much all I have to say. And I know I said that this vlog wasn't gonna take a while, but my God, it's already 49 minutes. I think I am almost 10 minutes away from this camera's recording limit. Like I said before, I have to figure out the comment issue, but yeah, other than that, I think I'm getting pretty good at the streaming thing. I mean, I can chat in front of a camera and post it for like 100 million people to see with no issue. So, yeah. this can be good for all of us, especially for me. So, yeah. Oh, and before I forget, tomorrow night is Wii Night. I'll explain more about Wii Night, what Wii Night is, in my next vlog. Because if I do, this video is gonna take another 50 minutes long. So, yeah. Oh, and by the way, I think my standard recording time for these vlogs will be between, from 7:10 to 8 p.m. 7 p.m. 7:10 p.m. to 8 p.m. I feel like it's a pretty good, length. It's like an hour long, which isn't too much. But, I really gotta go now, guys, because I don't want the camera to reach its recording limit and for all this footage to be lost forever, so. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.